Hey and welcome to Kelly Clarke Yoga. I am Kelly and today we have a yoga practice for stress relief. Stress is something that so many of us struggle with, and I love to practice yoga to help reduce stress and anxiety. So this is a favourite practice of mine. We've got a really slow, calming sequence. You won't need any props, just yourself and your yoga mat. If you love this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, share with friends, and subscribe for free weekly yoga videos every Monday. When you're ready, pop on some comfy clothing and let's get started. Let's start today in easy pose, Sukhasana. So make sure it is a pose that feels easy for you to stay in. So you could sit with the legs crossed, you could sit back kneeling onto the heels, or even take the legs out in front of you. If this feels like a nice easy place for you to start, we're going to be here for a few moments. So bring yourself to that comfy place. Let the hands rest down onto the thighs or the knees, palms face down. And take a moment just to feel into the sit bones. So maybe even rock your weight back into the hips. And then here we go. Let's start to stack the heart, the rib cage, directly over the hips, and the head directly over the heart. Growing tall through the spine, crown of the head reaches up and shoulders start to soften away from the ears. And we're going to dive straight in today. I don't want to keep you here for too long. And we'll start with a counted breath. Breathing in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 6. We'll do 5 rounds together. And if at any point it feels like too much, feel free just to come back to your natural breath. We'll be breathing in and out through the nose, but let's take a big breath in to prepare. Short, sharp exhale out through the mouth. And then breathe in for 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, in for 2, 3, 4, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one, in for 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let the breath return to normal. Feeling the calmness that breathing can bring. And when you're ready, gently bring the hands into the heart center, into prayer, namaskar. Palms and fingers touch. And as we take our awareness inwards, you can start to feel the skin of the hands where the palms press together. The warmth and the texture. And the thumbs pressing into the chest, you can feel the rise and the fall of the breath. The warmth of the heart. And with your next breath in, reaching your prayer, reaching the hands all the way over the head, up to the sky. With a big exhale, open the eyes, rain the hands down. Good. And staying seated, let's start to link breath and movement together. So on your next breath in, we're going to circle the arms wide, reach the palms over the head, and then watch the hands are going to face down. As you exhale, start to push down in front of the body. 2 more like this. Big breath in, nice big wide circle with the arms. And then the exhale, palms face down, push down. 1 more, nice and slow, almost like you're moving through honey, through treacle. Use the exhale to lower. Hands rest out onto the legs. And on your next breath in, we're going to squeeze the shoulders all the way up towards the ears. And check it out. As you exhale, you're going to exhale out the mouth, drop the shoulders down. So you breathe in, squeeze up, exhale. 2 more like this. Breathe in, squeeze shoulders as far up as you can. Exhale. 1 more like this. Nice big breath in and out. Good. And then if you're not already with the legs crossed, I invite you to come here. And you could start placing one leg in front of the other, or you could have the legs crossed, your choice. And place the hands just down in front of you onto the ground. Take a moment here to lift the chest away from the ground, grow tall, proud through the collarbones, and then let the head relax down towards the ground. And we're going to pause here before we move any further. Seeing how the body feels. We're not warmed up yet, so how do the hips feel right now? How does the lower back feel in this pose? And then maybe you choose to stay here, or you start to walk the palms forward, bending the elbows, lowering the chest towards the ground. Perhaps you even choose to take the forearms to the ground. And then take 3 nice big deep breaths into the belly here. Head relaxes. And if you're down onto the forearms or the hands, press into the palms. Walk the hands back in, lift up. And we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So bringing whatever other leg you didn't have forwards now. And again, placing the palms onto the floor, pressing up, lifting the chest, and then relaxing head. And before you move on this side, notice if it feels any different from the other. And know that this is a really great, really lovely place to stay, working on the stretch, the flexibility of the lower back and the hips. Or maybe you walk the hands forwards. Maybe you even rest forearms onto the ground. And 3 big deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, pushing into the palms, lifting back up. We're going to come to standing. So nice and slowly, make your way there. No fancy transitions today. Come to the top of your yoga mat. The feet are hip-width distance apart. Big toes point forwards towards the front of the room. And then let's activate those feet. So press into the ball joint of the big toe. Find the heels. And imagine you're going to lift the arches of the feet up, like you're drawing energy up through the feet, up through the legs, through the belly. The chest lifts, and then the crown of the head grows towards the ceiling, Tadasana. Good. On your next breath in, soften the knees. You're going to reach both the arms up and over the head. And as you exhale, fold forwards from the hips. The chest follows. Soften over the legs, forward fold. Next breath in, you're going to draw the hands all the way up onto the thighs, into the hip creases. Lift the chest halfway for flat back. Exhale, fold, relax everything over the legs. Great. Strong feet. You're going to breathe in, reach all the way up, palms reach over the head. Exhale, bringing hands to prayer to the chest. Let's do that same thing again. Breathe in, sweep the arms over the head. Exhale, rain it down, forward fold. As you breathe in, hands come all the way up onto the hip creases. Lift the crown of the head, gaze forward, elbows squeeze towards each other. Exhale, fold forwards. Breathe in, lift up, reach hands up through center, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Again, sweeping the arms up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forwards over the thighs. Nice big breath in, hands onto the thighs. Big lift up, draw the belly in. Exhale, fold forwards and plant the hands down onto the floor. So bend the knees as much as you need to. And then you're going to step back with the right leg, bring the right knee onto the floor. And you want to sort of check that you've got two right angles with the legs here. So see if you can find this place. And then we're going to spin on the right knee to bring the right foot onto the left side of our mat. And then we're going to lift up here. Arms are going to reach wide. Good. And this is like a baby warrior too. So we're going to find the same principles. Front foot points forwards, and then we're on the back knee, so the shin is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Press down through the left big toe, lift out of the leg. Arms, fingers reaching away from each other. And then imagine with the belly button, you're going to draw it up and in so you can lift out of the hips, lift the chest, and then soften the shoulders away from the ears. And even here, we can find a lot of strength in this pose. So push into the top of the right foot. Okay. Front palm, left palm is going to face up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in here. Use your exhale to spin it round towards the back of the room. We're just finding a gentle side stretch. And then we're going to come all the way through. Bring the left elbow onto the left knee. Reach the right palm over the head. Good. And this is our baby extended side angle. So you might be feeling a stretch down the right side of the body. That's great. But wherever you are, make sure you're not dumping into your left shoulder. So press the left elbow into the knee, lift away. Shoulders come away from the ears. And again, we draw the belly in. So we're not leaning forwards, not rounding. We're opening up. Imagine that right bicep coming over the top of the ear. Keep pressing into the ball of the left foot. On your next breath in, we're going to take the gaze down, windmill the arms up through our baby warrior two, and then exhale, frame the front foot, unwind the back leg, and step both feet back into tabletop pose. And then here we go, one round of cat-cow. On your next breath in, we're going to arch the spine, take the gaze forwards. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the chin towards the chest. Great. Next breath in, come through neutral tabletop, tuck the toes under. Send the hips back towards the heels, and then we're going to peel the knees off of the floor, lift the hips towards the ceiling for downward facing dog. Great. And our first one of today's practice. So take any movements that feel natural for you here, maybe pedaling out the legs, bending and straightening opposite knees. Shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. And then let's find some stillness. Press down firmly through the index finger and the thumb. So you want to have the entire span of the palm glued to your yoga mat. And then you press into the hands as if you were pushing your yoga mat away from you with the fingertips. See if you can imagine rolling the biceps towards each other. So we roll the shoulders out externally. And then let's find our feet, our toes. Heels point directly to the back of the room. And then we press back with the toes. Imagine that you're pushing your yoga mat behind you with the feet. Good. On your next breath in, come up onto the tiptoes. As you exhale, start to walk the hands forwards, the feet forwards even, towards the hands. You're going to come to the top of your yoga mat for a forward fold. Really soft knees. And then nice and slowly start to roll up through the spine like a ragdoll. So the head, the neck, and the shoulders will come last. Loop the shoulders back when you arrive and lift the head, lift the gaze. Great. Let's do the other side. Big breath in, sweep the arms over the head. Exhale, fold forwards over the legs. Big breath in, hands onto the hips, onto the thighs, shoulders squeeze back from the ears. Exhale, plant the hands onto the floor. This time we step back with our left leg, left knee down, and find that right angle with both the legs before you move. Untuck the left toes, and then we're going to pivot that back knee so that the foot comes off to the right side of our mat. We open, lift the chest, hips square towards the left side of our yoga mat now. Arms reach out nice and wide. Extend through the fingertips. Press down through the ball of the right foot. Press into the top of the left foot. And can you connect with your breath here? Sending nice, big, long inhales into the belly. And as you exhale, maybe you sigh it out through the mouth. Another one like that. Big breath in. Exhale. Flipping the right palm over. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, you're going to reach the right arm towards the back of your yoga mat. Find a gentle stretch. Good. Breathe in, come up through center. You're going to reach the arms wide for baby warrior 2. Exhale, right elbow onto the right thigh. Reach the left arm over the head. And again here, can you engage the belly? Open up, roll the top shoulder back, open the rib cage. And keep breathing deep. Even when we're working, we can stay focused on our breath. One more round of breath wherever you are. Good. As you breathe in, take the gaze down, windmill the arms wide. Exhale, frame the front foot. Unwind and step both the knees back into tabletop. And then we have one round of cat-cow. So on your next breath in, arching the spine, taking the gaze forwards. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, pushing the yoga mat away as you round through the shoulder blades. And then nice big breath in, come through neutral tabletop. Tuck the toes under. We're going to send the hips back, press into the palms, lift up, downward facing dog. Know that in your down dog, you could take a child's pose at any time instead. This is meant to be a resting posture, but often, and I know I definitely found when I first started yoga, I did not find this a resting pose. When my teacher told me that, I was like, say what? So if you're here and you feel like you need a rest, if the arms are trembling, don't worry, that's normal. Feel free to take a child's pose. We've got 2 more rounds of breath here. And our next breath in, lift up onto the toes. Exhale, walk the feet towards the hands, top of the yoga mat. Relax the upper body, bend the knees generously, and then we roll up through the spine even. Spine. Go as slow as you can go. Come all the way to standing, roll the shoulders back, lift the head. Good. Tadasana. Check out that the feet are still hip-width distance apart. Nice big breath in, sweep the arms over the head. Exhale, folding forwards. Moving with the breath, breathe in, find flat back, squeeze the shoulders towards each other, elbows reach back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands onto the floor. Step both feet to the back of your mat this time. Take a big breath in here in plank. As you exhale, bringing the knees to the floor, slowly lowering the belly and the chest to the earth. Take the forehead down. Untucking the toes and pressing into the tops of the feet. You're going to breathe in, lift the chest, the head up off of the floor. Exhale and lower. Let's do that again. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale and lower. And try not to push up with the hands. So as you breathe in, lift up. Maybe this time you lift the hands off of the ground, skydive. Exhale, forehead comes to the ground. And you're going to bring the hands out in front of you, elbows wide. Make a pillow with the hands for the head. Gently rest the forehead down. Let the legs fall out to the sides. And we rest here together for a moment. Taking some deep breaths into the belly. And really focus on the sensation of breathing in, pressing the belly into your yoga mat. Perhaps you can even breathe in so deeply that you start to feel it in the lower back. And exhaling, letting the area soften. Gently lifting the head off of the hands. We're going to walk hands directly underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under and start to squeeze the elbows towards each other. Fire up the belly before you move if you can, and then you're going to exhale, push up through your half plank, and we're going to come straight to seated. So walk the legs through and bring them directly out in front of you. And you're going to bring the right leg in, and the foot can come to the shin or to the thigh, your choice. Letting the knee fall out to the side. And if you feel like you're really rounding back here, it's really difficult to sit up tall, then bend the left knee and just allow the body to come forwards. So whether the knee is bent or the leg is straight, it doesn't matter. Just come to a place that's comfy for you. On your next breath in, you're going to reach the palms up to the ceiling, flex the left foot towards the face, and exhale, starting to fold forwards over the leg. And I invite you to place the hands onto the ground, either palms down or palms up. And the reason I say this is because when we hold on to the leg or the foot, we have this temptation and this urge to grasp and pull ourselves deeper into the pose. And this is when we are prone to injuring ourselves. So by placing the hands onto the floor, we have much less temptation and grip to physically pull ourselves forward. So rest the hands down. Bring the gaze down so you can be in your own little yoga bubble. Keeping the left leg active, pressing the heel down into the ground, even if the leg is bent. And then as we move out of this pose, we start to walk the hands back in, come upright, and taking the right hand behind us. Be really mindful not to use this hand as a prop for you to lean back into. So try to come onto the fingertips and just use them as a kickstand so that you can sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to bring the left hand to the right knee. Hold on wherever you can. Take a big breath in, lift up, push into the right fingertips. And as you exhale, find a twist towards the right. So imagine the rib cage coming round. And then let's continue that with each breath in, lifting up, lengthening through the spine. Each breath out, coming into that twist. One more time. Breathing in, lengthening, sitting up tall. Exhaling to twist. Good. This time as we inhale, gently come all the way back through center, extending the right leg out long, and then bringing the left leg in. Either taking the variation with the foot into the shin or all the way up into the thigh. So same as you did on the other side. Flex the right foot towards the face and then big breath in to reach up, sit up tall. Exhale, reach towards the front of the room and then place the palms onto the ground. Find your forward fold. Good. And see if you can take the gaze in towards the leg or the toes. Taking away that temptation to look at the video or anyone else you're practicing with. And then we can't compare ourselves, can't judge ourselves against anyone else's variation of this pose. Send the breath to the belly. Long breath in. Long breath out. Slowly walking the hands back in. This time the left hand is going to swim round, come onto the fingertips. The right hand takes hold of the left knee. We're going to breathe in, press into the hands, grow tall. Exhale and twist. And then 2 more rounds just like this. Using your next inhale to come through center. Bringing the left knee in. Take both the legs out in front and just let's patter out the knees. Get any tension out of the legs and the lower back. And then scoot your bottom so it's halfway down your mat. Reach the arms forward and have the feet planted down firmly onto the floor. We're going to lower down round the spine. See how slowly you can lower down onto the back. Take your time to get there. And then when you arrive, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe rocking from side to side. And then let's prepare ourselves for rest and relaxation. So if you have any pain in the lower back, then I recommend keeping the legs bent, feet on the floor, knees falling in together. Or extending the legs out long, taking up lots of space here, so letting the feet fall out to the sides. Palms face up, down beside you. And then let go of any control of your breath. And take your awareness to the very top of the head, the scalp. And see if you can soften this area. Back of the head, sides of the head relaxing. And then we come into the face, relaxing the muscles of the forehead and the eyebrows. Eyes close. Jaw softens and the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. We start to take our awareness into the neck. Just noticing what's here. And then slowly making our way into the tops of the shoulders, into the arms. And as you travel down the arms, let your awareness melt away any tension. Take it all the way down into the wrists, palms and fingers. And then we take our awareness into the upper back, the muscles in between the shoulder blades. And this is a place where lots of us store tension and stress. So notice if you feel any intensity here. And see if you can use your breath to soften. On your breath in, sending it to that place of tightness. And on your breath out, releasing. And as you focus on your breath, start to feel the rise and the fall of the rib cage. Allowing the chest to be soft. Taking your awareness down through each rib. All the way into the belly. Maybe you can even notice the rise and the fall of the breath here. Spiraling your awareness into the lower back, the hips, the pelvis. Feeling the body touching the floor here. And then we spiral our attention down through the legs, the knees, the shins and calves, ankles, feet and toes. Feeling your whole body relaxed, soft. And with a nice natural breath, each exhale allows you to grow heavier into the ground, into your yoga mat. I invite you to stay here for as long as time allows today, soaking up the stillness. But if you have to dash, thank you so much for coming to practice with me. It's been a pleasure. We'll end it here, bringing the palms together, thumbs to touch the forehead. Namaste.